Last Man on Earth, plus Invasion of the Body Snatchers, plus The Good Place, equal Pluribus or Plur One Bus. On today,
Gateways.
The new top secret sci-fi show from the mastermind behind Breaking Bad, Better Call Saul, and some of the best X-Files episodes.
Oh, shit.
Is back with his new show, Pluribus. Dirt Money here to talk deets, but first, some spoiler-free thoughts for you. Can we start the clock? First off, guess what? It rules. We got another Vince Gilligan banger on our hands here.
Helen, stop looking at the goddamn
I don't know about you, but I was seeing ads for this show for a while. And, you know, we don't know anything about it. We just know it's got like a yellow vibe. It's got Kim in it from Better Call Saul. And something to do with smiling, maybe. I don't know how I feel about Gilligan doing like a What's in the Box show. But any fears I had about this not hitting the mark were dropped the second the first line of dialogue was spoken.
Bullshit.
And right there, my expectations are met. I mean, this is the exact Vince Gilligan vibe that we're looking for. I just felt right at home when this opens. And the bullshit, it's not like malicious or mean or angry or scared or anything. It's more like playful and familiar. We know the scene that took place right before the camera started rolling was the guy in the satellite house calling his buddy and going, dude, you are not gonna believe what I just discovered.
Show me.
Oh, it's great. And then from there, we're just flies in the wall of these scientists figuring out what this message from space means. And once they do figure it out,
I think I know what it is.
boom, hard cut to a year later, we already got rats in cages, multicolored lab suits. But you know what? You know what would be right at home in between the showering in the tank and the bookstore scene? A Better Call Saul style tile card drop.
Two wine green eyes peering over.
That's not me saying that Pluribus is more of the same from Gilligan, because it is not. At all. It's not the same world, it's not the same universe, nothing. He shot it in Albuquerque so he could stick with his crew that he's been with for 17 years. But that's it. This show is its own thing in its own world, and I love it for that. Thus ends the spoiler-free zone. And you like this equation I presented you, divided by the Vince Gilligan vibe, then I say this is a show for you, and you should check it out. All right, let's talk dates beat by beat. We open on this countdown, and we're a little bit over a year away from something big happening. And now, because we're watching the beginning of a sci-fi drama, we know that the something big happening is not going to be good, okay? But these dudes are straight up giddy at their discovery. And I get it. I'm right there with them, stoked. Like, oh my God, you're right. It's not binary. It's totally quarter, blah, blah, blah. Quadrantary.
Why? Quaternary?
And you just cannot help but be on board, especially when Glasses Guy is anticipating someone going, okay, but it might be the moon. He's like, no, we already thought about that.
It's gotta be something bouncing off the...
It's not bouncing off the moon, Dave.
Also, about this guy, I don't know what it is. If it's the jaw shape or his voice.
It's gotta be more than just hello.
But it kind of reminds me of Badger, right?
You sound great.
Doesn't he have kind of like a Badger vibe? He's not tall enough to be Badger, of course. But anyway, once he has his epiphany,
It's not quaternary.
we're shot a year forward in the lab where whatever it is they figured out has now been in motion since then. And they got a whole system going, and I love like the jazzy upbeat tunes. This is also something I attribute to the Gilligan vibe. Hearing this upbeat jazzy tune underneath a process. We've seen it with meth, and now we're seeing it with whatever this is. Then finally we meet our hero, the fantasy novelist Carol Sturka, named for Carol Burnett, and Sturka being a name in the Twilight Zone episode Third from the Sun.
Sturka, hydrogen armament. You boys are pretty busy up there, aren't you? Very.
Anyway, the extra special Rhea Seehorn. It is so awesome to see her lead her own show completely after she absolutely crushed it as Kim on Better Call Saul.
I think you're following me.
I mean, she wasn't even the focus of that show until Vince Gilligan was like, wait a minute, this lady rules. Let's make this more about this failed romance now. But Gilligan was just like so smitten with Rhea on set as an actor because she'd be on set when it's not even her scene, so she can understand what everybody's bringing to the table and what she can do to help. I mean, you hear him talk about her on the Better Call Saul podcast from back in the day. BT Dub's hands down the best companion podcast to ever exist. I dare someone to tell me otherwise.
No.
This whole scene at Barnes & Noble is so great. It is, one, funny as hell. We got a lot of laughs in the scene. Now, this show is, I guess, officially a drama. I mean, that's how they'll be submitting it at the Emmys. But it's got the one ingredient that I think all my favorite dramas share, and that is it's funny as hell. Think about it. Breaking Bad, super funny.
magnets! Oh!
Mad Men, super funny. Even Severance, also super funny.
Devour feculence.
But yeah, I'm loving how she interacts with her fans here. This lady was giving me Kathy Bates in Misery big time.
Misery Chastain cannot be dead.
Just because of how invested she is in one character's survival.
Raban is alive, right?
Maureen, you could read it.
Well, I will.
And then Sword Guy here, cracking me up. And what else I love, we watched this scene, and Carol here, she's great with everybody. Even the knife guy, she's got a fun way to shut him down.
Craig, I'm gonna need you to put this back in the bag before the store manager sees it. Oh. Right?
And then, like, you see her with her fans, and you get the impression that she loves them, and she loves her job, she loves her lot in life. I mean, she's sitting here whispering to Annie Wilkes, like, you know, oh, here's the page number of when it happens, right?
Page 218.
You get the idea that she loves this, but all it takes is one exchange in the Uber afterwards, and we learn it's the complete opposite. Carol Sturga's miserable.
I'm sorry, should I know who you are?
Depends. You a big fan of mindless crap?
I love that. Just a quick rug pull on the audience with just one line. Boom. Mindless crap. Boom. Oh, it's so good. Then we're back to endless rats and rubber suits and shower tanks. And we get to see this process unfold. And real quick, we get the sense that they've been doing it for a while. Now, according to the counter, we could probably do the math that it was like 50 days or something. Because we see another update. We're a month away from whatever happens at 0. And you could tell that they've been doing this day in and day out. Same exact thing. And getting no results.
We got bupkis.
And that's just going to make it all the more heartbreaking when we see the outcome of all these characters in about 5 minutes. And yet again, the Gilligan vibe is alive and well with the process montage, right? How they have to like unattach and plug into the suits. They got yellow tubes for every station, and they're just doing it like ho-hum, ho-hum. And then one of them notices, uh-oh, this rat's dead. And then big mistake, lady. She takes off one of her gloves. What's that rat do? Bites her fingy.
If I didn't know any better, I'd... Oh, God, oh, shit.
This is great, too, because even this guy, he's like, you know what, squeeze all the blood out, just go rinse it, keep it submerged, and then we see in the background. Now's when the shit hits the fan, and you knew it was coming. As soon as she was like, oh, I can't do anything with these gloves, it's like, ooh, bye-bye.
You've got to be kidding me.
She's infected instantly, and just as fast, everyone in the whole building is infected. And it spreads via kissing. That's kind of funny. So I guess it's like bodily fluids or something. And then boom, just like that, we got another assembly line of cogs in a machine doing a process. But this time, instead of like being super clean and neat and trying to figure out stuff to cure things, it's them purposely contaminating stuff. I don't know where these Petri dishes are going, but I just love we've got this line of people like doing a swab and putting it in, bagging it up. It's so good. But again, we're learning stuff. We're learning that one, this is a condition that can spread via bodily fluids like a smooch. But there's also going to be something in the air with these Petri dishes, right? Now, I love how the scene ends too. The lady licked each and every one of the donuts. Look, they are thorough, all right? You give them a job description and they're going to friggin' do it. Then we catch back up with Carol. And this whole scene, we're going to get a lot of deets here of why Carol's so miserable. But they also do really cool drops of info, like she clearly has a DUI in her past because in order to drive her car, she has to blow green on a breathalyzer. I love it. And I love that she's so willing to get behind the wheel too. It's kind of like she definitely has some demons that she's losing the battle to because her girlfriend's like, whoa, what do you think you're gonna drive? And she's like, oh, I had a Tito's an hour ago. It's like, dude, if you got to blow a breathalyzer to start the car, maybe let the sober one drive. Then they go to a bar, and the fact that she's a boozer is even more clear because she does a classic move from alcoholics, and that is guilting people into being your drinking buddy.
We could take a cab home. Don't tell me you don't need a drink, because you need a drink. I don't need a drink. You need a drink. You don't need a drink. I call bullshit on that.
Look, I can speak on this from my own personal experience as a former booze hound, okay?
You leave me hanging here? I do not clean glasses with Diet Pepsi.
But also I love the scene because we see the same type of thing in Weapons with Julie Garner, right? Like she's in there with Han Solo trying to guilt him in.
I'll get a Coke.
A Coke?
Yep.
Okay, fine. Whatever.
And then they go outside for a smoke and do not see on the TV in the background that an airbase is contaminated. And here we get a lot of good detail about what it is that's driving Carol so crazy. I mean, she hates the story she's writing, but she also hates that it's the cliche Like woman longs for some studly dude. It's like she can't really be herself, and she feels the need to hide herself from her fans that she hates because she thinks that she'll be rejected.
In real life, was there an actual man you were thinking of when you came up with Brabant? That's hilarious. You want to tell the truth?
And she's like, no, just say George Clooney, which I think is such a funny choice. And her GF calls it out of like, oh, come on, like at least pick somebody with dreadlocks or like a young athlete, like George Clooney, really? But that's just how, I think it's a great choice for Carol to represent how safe she's playing it. And it's sad.
Put George Clooney. It's safe.
And then just as we're getting all this exposition, all this backstory, she looks up at the sky, she sees 4 parallel lines, and now we're to the point that we were counting down to, because this truck appears out of nowhere. Carol runs over there to see what's going on, and then we see in the background, uh-oh, her lady, boo, falls over. She runs over to her, and she is comatose. She is not responding to anything. She's kind of like, doing some shakes and stuff. So Carol's freaking out. She's going inside to go to the bar to ask for help. Gets in the bar. Everybody in there's the same thing. This was cool, okay? This was friggin' cool. Getting some classic sci-fi body snatcher style paranoia. She runs out. Now everybody outside is zoned out. She doesn't know what's going on. So she gets really creative. She gets her girlfriend in the bed of the truck. Oh, wait. First, before she gets in the truck, okay, she tries to start her SUV, but what do we know? She was inside throwing him back. She just had to have that friggin' martini. So now she can't start her car in a friggin' emergency. She got to get this old truck. She's avoiding people. I know I'm kind of a broken record about saying that the best dramas are funny, but this is another great example of it. Carol is at an all-time freak out. She doesn't know what's going on. The world is collapsing around her. And we see it happening in the background while she's driving away scared. And we see a guy getting help with one leg into a car. And then just a beat later, somebody comes in and joins him in the car with the missing leg. Yes! We got some great action set pieces here. And it's cool because we've seen how it's been a buildup of every single person around here. Everybody's going through a spell of something. But then what's even creepier is that, boom, on the same beat, they all start acting normal again. All this stuff at the hospital is so good. It's just as creepy as when all the sneaky smooching happened. And speaking of smooching, based on what we've seen so far, we're watching Carol get through this, and we're thinking, at least I was the whole time, okay, she hasn't kissed anybody yet. Don't kiss your girlfriend, don't kiss your girlfriend, don't kiss your girlfriend. She goes down, boom, kisses the cheek. You're thinking, oh, hey, no bodily fluids are swapped yet. Maybe she's still good. But now we're at this hospital scene, and that friggin' doc comes up and lays one right on her. That was so cool, because now we're thinking, oh, now she's screwed. But again, nothing happens to her. So is she immune somehow? And if so, why her? It's those two questions they're going to haunt us all season, I'm sure. As she heads back to her house, she lives in a great pad. She pulls up to a cul-de-sac, lives in a nice big house, and they got a view of Albuquerque down there, which is in flames, BT dubs, which was real. Okay, that wasn't like comped in. We get some more fun details about the zombies or the people that are taken, the pod people. And that is that they're super nice. When these two kids come over, when she's trying to break into the door, we see them in the background and we're thinking, dude, Carol, look to your left, please. And then they go, hey, Carol, remember the last time you got locked out 9 years ago? You put a key underneath the plant. Silly, just go get the key.
We really do want to help. Remember April 2016? The last time you got locked out?
This is really hard for Carol to grasp, as we're going to learn, okay? Like, she gets inside, she's barricading the windows, she sees everybody leave, and then a truck comes with a bed full of dead people, and it's like they're collecting bodies. And Carol's peeking through, and then one of the pod people just waves to her. Again, it's like, wait a minute, why is everybody so nice about this? We're very sorry for your loss. The niceness continues, because when she turns on the news, the TV starts talking back to her. This is so cool. He is explaining to Carol what's going on. And she has to call 0 on the landline because he's like, oh, cell phones are busted. Sorry about that. Might be.
This must be so bewildering for you. So terrible. All the death and destruction you witnessed tonight.
This is where I say he, but all they're saying is we this, we that. And I love it. Carol is like, who is we?
Who is we?
We is us.
Now, this is one hell of a setup, okay? Because this little talk she has with the TV alien, this is setting the groundwork for the whole season. She's asking questions that we've been dying to ask, and we get the half answers.
Who the is us?
Us.
And it's such a cool way that they unfold this, where this guy is nothing but nice. He's all smiles. He's like, hey, you live your own life, okay? You live your own life.
Your life is your own. Please know that. Your well-being is of utmost importance to us.
And then it takes a real turn when he's like, and listen, it's going to take us a few months, but we're going to figure out how to fix you.
Rest assured, Carol, we will figure out what makes you different.
Figure it out. Why?
So we can fix it.
Then he delivers a classic line to this genre.
So you can join us.
Hell yeah. End of episode. So cool.
Only want to make you happy.
Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! Shut up!
So at this point, end of episode 1, I'm riding high. I was sitting there glued to my screen. I had planned 5 minutes in to pause it to go get a bevy. Didn't happen. I sat there locked in. Absolutely loved it. And then I was even more happy to see next episode. Oh, I didn't know there were going to be 2 apps. Boom, fire that up. And I watched episode 2, and look, I liked it a lot. You could say I loved it. I'm not as comfy and as sky high on it as I was Ep 1 because I've got concerns about how the premise moves forward. You take my equation from earlier. I'm worried this equation is going to weigh too heavy on the good place side of stuff when I want it to be in Body Snatchers and Last Man on Earth territory only. Episode 1, I friggin' loved it. What a return for Vince Gilligan. I mean, it's his first non-Breaking Bad universe show in almost 20 years. We're not counting Battle Creek. Okay, that was a show that I think he sold to CBS before Breaking Bad. And then once Breaking Bad hit, they were like, hey, we own this Vince Gilligan script. Let's make it into a shitty show that'll be on for 3 weeks. No. This is a great return, and I can't wait to see it unfold. I mean, I'm bummed I've already seen 2 apps, and now there's only 7 left. But real quick, before I let you go, I gotta drop a little trivia on you. So you know the cul-de-sac I was telling you about, where Carol's house is. Turns out they built that cul-de-sac from scratch. That was just a blank hill. Boom. Like 4 or 6 months later, they've got a full working neighborhood. This is not just a facade. You can go in and out of these houses. You can live in these houses. And what's even cooler is the reason why he did it. And just look, this is reason 1,043,000 of why Vince Gilligan is perhaps the nicest dude to ever Hollywood. He built this so that they could have it just for their production and it would not inconvenience anyone in a real neighborhood like if they had to rent a house. He does not want to happen what happened to the houses he shot at for Breaking Bad, where people come to some old lady's house and throw a pizza on her roof every night because it happened in Breaking Bad one time, okay? That was a real thing, and now that house is like locked up with a gate. Now the house is on the market. Shitty fans made it miserable for the people that actually lived in those houses.
Bought the place.
Oh, also building a cul-de-sac for the purpose of shooting a bunch of scenes of people who live in a neighborhood. What's that remind you of? The Burbs, baby. They did the same damn thing. This cul-de-sac, not a cul-de-sac. They made it a cul-de-sac for the movie. Like next to Walter's house, that road continues. So yeah, just like Vince Gilligan here building the cul-de-sac for a great show, my boy Joe Dante built the cul-de-sac for a great movie. So just think of 2-Bit Boat before you go to bed tonight. Tomorrow, episode 2 of Pluribus, 2-Bit Boat.